May 1st, 1943. RAF Predenac, Cornwall, gray sky, cold wind off the Atlantic. A B-17 comes limping in, slow, wrong, like it's being held together by stubbornness and prayer. The landing itself? Smooth. Shockingly smooth. Then the wheels stop, and the airplane snaps in half. No explosion, no Hollywood fireball, just metal giving up, like a spine breaking. Ground crews rush in. They start counting holes. They stop at 3,500. That's not damage. That's a miracle with rivets. Then the hatch opens. Out climbs this guy. Short, stocky, cocky, burned hands, smirk on his face like he just won a bar fight. Nobody cheers. Nobody claps. Because everyone on that base knows him. And they all hate him. This is Staff Sergeant Maynard "Snuffy" Smith, the worst airman in the squadron. And somehow, the reason that plane came home. Let's rewind. Maynard Smith is 31 years old in 1943. That makes him ancient by Army Air Force's standards. Most of these kids can't even grow a decent mustache yet. Smith, 5'4", barrel chest, permanent chip on his shoulder, not handsome, not charming, not humble. And here's the kicker. He didn't join to fight Hitler. He joined because a judge gave him a choice. Unpaid child support, jail, or the army. Smith looks at the bars, looks at the uniform, picks the uniform. But don't get it twisted, he never buys in. He hates authority, hates discipline, hates being told what to do. Briefings, he sleeps through them. Inspections, his bunk looks like a landfill. Officers, he needles them on purpose. Other crewmen, they avoid him. He earns a reputation fast, lazy, mouthy, dirty, unreliable. The worst airman in the squadron. Nobody wants to fly with Snuffy Smith, which is exactly why on April 30th, 1943, he gets put on a bomber. Not because he's trusted, because they're short a gunner. This is his first mission. You can't make this up. Target Brest, France, a German submarine base. Concrete pens, heavy flak, fighters everywhere. The B-17 is loaded with fuel, bombs, ammo, oxygen tanks, a flying gas station full of explosives. They cross the French coast, and hell opens up. Flak punches through the fuselage like a fist through paper. One shell ruptures the fuel tank, another detonates the oxygen system. The plane doesn't just catch fire, it becomes a furnace. Burning gasoline, burning rubber, burning insulation. Black smoke fills the cabin. You can't breathe, you can't see. 3 crewmen don't hesitate. They bail out. Here's the ugly truth. 2 die. 1 is captured. Smith watches them go. And he stays. Why? No speeches. No big reason. Someone has to fight the fire. And nobody else is moving. The flames crawl along the floor, licking ammo crates. Those boxes are cooking off. Each one is a grenade with a timer. Smith grabs water bottles, throws them on the fire. They hiss, do nothing. Fire extinguishers next. Empty in seconds. Still burning. Here's where it gets human, and gross, and real. Smith uses the relief tube. Yeah, that relief tube. He urinates on the fire. Anything to cool it down. Anything to slow it. Meanwhile, because of course, German fighters show up, Focke-Wulfs slide into position. Smith grabs his gun. Shoots. Fire. Shoot. Fire. Shoot. Fire. Shoot. Fire. Shoot. The plane is shaking apart. In the tail, Gunner Roy Gibson is hit. Badly. Blood everywhere. Smith crawls back, smoke in his lungs, eyes burning. Bandages Gibson. Talks to him, keeps him awake, then crawls forward again, back to the fire. Now the ammo starts exploding. Not all at once. 1 box at a time. Pop. Crack. Flash. Smith doesn't wait. He grabs the boxes. With his bare hands, the metal is so hot it melts into his skin. He screams and keeps going, He heaves those boxes out the open window, one after another, burning flesh, grease, smoke. 90 minutes. That's how long this goes on. 90 minutes of fighting a fire in a flying coffin. By the time they limp back to England, Smith's hands are wrecked, raw, blistered, blackened. The bomber lands, breaks in half, and everyone finally realizes that obnoxious little bastard saved all of them. Word spreads fast. The press eats it up. Short guy, bad attitude, last man you'd expect. America loves that story. Smith becomes a national celebrity. They call him the little guy who wouldn't quit. July 15th, 1943. Big day. Secretary of War Henry Stimson flies to England. Full ceremony. Bands playing. B-17 circling overhead. The Medal of Honor is coming out. Only problem? Smith is missing. They check the barracks. Nothing. They check the flight line. Nothing. Finally, someone checks the kitchen. There he is, washing dishes. KP duty, washing, because Smith got in trouble again. Sloppy, disrespectful, same old Snuffy. They drag him out. He's soaked to the elbows in greasy dishwater. They wipe his hands, straighten his filthy uniform, and hang the Medal of Honor around his neck. Grease still on his sleeves. You can't script irony like that. Fame hits Smith hard. Too hard. He starts signing autographs, Snuffy Smith, CMH. He tells stories, adds details, bigger flames, more fighters, more everything. He skips duties, mouths off. The Army's patience wears thin. Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. By late 1944, the Army demotes him, all the way down. Private, a Medal of Honor recipient, stripped of rank. It's unheard of, but rules are rules. He's discharged quietly. Sent home. There's a parade. People cheer. Nobody notices the stripes are gone. Here's what gets lost when people talk about medals. They freeze the moment. They polish it, frame it, lock it in glass. But people don't stay frozen. Smith didn't walk off that plane reborn. He walked off burned, coughing, and exactly the same pain in the ass he'd always been. The Army wanted him to turn into a symbol. Smile, salute, behave. That was never going to happen, because Snuffy Smith wasn't a lesson. He was a contradiction. After the ceremony, nothing really changes. Same barracks, same officers who still don't trust him. Same looks when he walks into a room. Yeah, they clap now. But it's stiff, forced. You can feel the resentment in the air. Because here's the uncomfortable math. Men who followed every rule never did anything close to what Smith did. Men who shaved daily, made their beds tight enough to bounce a coin. They died without medals. And the guy who slept through briefings? He got the big one. That eats at people, especially in the military. If Smith had suddenly turned humble, this might have gone differently. He didn't. He leaned into it. Hard. He corrected officers. He waved the medal like a shield. You gonna write me up? Go ahead. He was still late. Still sloppy. Still loud. The medal didn't make him disciplined. It just made him bulletproof. Or so he thought. The brass had a problem. They couldn't touch the medal. But they could touch everything else. So they started documenting missed duties, disrespect, insubordination. Paper stacks grow thick. This isn't revenge. It's bureaucracy doing what it always does, grinding, slowly, relentlessly, and Smith keeps giving them ammunition. When the demotion comes, it's quiet, no announcement, no headline, just an order. Staff Sergeant one day, Private the next. Imagine that. You go from shaking hands with the Secretary of War to standing at attention while some kid barely out of training tells you to mop a floor. Smith loses it, argues, yells, threatens. Doesn't matter. The paperwork's already signed. The Army doesn't argue, it just stamps. When Smith goes home, America still thinks he's a hero in full. Parades, speeches, handshakes. Nobody checks rank insignia. Nobody asks questions. They just want the story, the fire, the urine. The burning ammo. The miracle landing. Smith tells it over and over. But here's the thing. When the cheering stops, he's alone. No structure. No mission. No plane on fire to focus him. War had rules. Simple ones. Fire bad. Crew good. Plane home. Civilian life is messy. Bills. Relationships. Expectations. Smith struggles. Jobs don't last. Bosses don't care about medals. Marriages crack under the weight of ego and restlessness. He's not built for normal. Never was. By the time he dies in 1984, most people have forgotten his name. The medal sits in a case. Still shiny. Still perfect. Unlike the man who earned it. Because Snuffy Smith breaks the narrative. We want heroes clean. Polite. Inspiring. Smith wasn't. He was difficult. Selfish. Annoying. And when it mattered, when the oxygen exploded, when the ammo cooked off, when everyone else ran, he stayed. That's the uncomfortable truth. Heroism doesn't care if you're likable. It doesn't check your record. It doesn't care why you joined. It just asks one question. What do you do when everything is burning? And for 90 minutes, Snuffy Smith answered it louder than anyone else in that sky.